Hi everyone. So just to give a little update, I'm feeling better. I went sober again, so my brain's working a lot better and I'm a little bit less depressed, but I kind of realized that I once again was sort of using all these drugs and stuff to mask how I was feeling. So, I felt like I guess I'm starting to really desire more um close friendships in my life and like a relationship. And so that's what I've been pursuing for a little while. Um I started dating someone a couple weeks ago who seems great, like really amazing person, and he's not one reason why I think this might be good for me is because he doesn't like trigger all these really intense emotions in me like the other people did. The other people that I think were pretty unhealthy. So I don't remember if I said in my last video, but basically, what triggered me to relapse this time was I was hanging out with a friend who happens to be someone that I hook up with, and after we were done with that, I wanted to go out and actually do stuff, like friends, and then he didn't, and then he ended up almost crying in front of me and just like talking about his childhood. So I just that stirred up a lot of negativity in me, and so um, I think I think it made me feel more lonely, that whole experience, and that made me relapse. So um, I am realizing that like I am I am lonely. I at work I don't I talk to a couple people at this really superficial level. I'm not friends with any of them. I used to have friends at work, but they've all left. Um, and my personal friends I hang out with maybe once a month, like platonic friends. I mean, they're not very close to me. And I don't know if I really could get closer to them because I don't feel super connected to them. I at least feel like I can kind of be genuine around them. Like, they know a decent amount of things about me, but I don't feel that level of comfort where I could be close. And like my best friend lives in another state now. He moved. We still talk pretty much every day, but it just sort of feels like not enough. Um, so I'm trying to genuinely admit to being lonely. So it's like, what do I do to fix it? Okay, like I can make more friends. I can try to develop hobbies to make friends that also like those hobbies. Where to begin with that, I'm not really sure, but this guy that I am dating now, he's really into technology, and I like technology too. I loved it when I was a kid, and I was tinkering all the time with like old computers and different software and hardware stuff. So it is something I like, but then a lot of things happened to me where I really didn't participate in activities that I liked. Like I didn't really do much fun stuff, and that was like most of my teenage years and um, my entire adulthood. Really, I never did anything I liked during my adulthood. I would like I was just like on drugs constantly or like binge eating. Seriously, it's sad. And when people I tell people that they're like, well, maybe I don't tell them that exact story, but I told him that I didn't have the opportunity to really like develop my personality or do much when I was in my early 20s and my teens. People are, really surprised by it. They think it's weird. To me, like, to be honest, I think it's pretty understandable considering my circumstances. But I mean, I'm approaching my late 20s now. Like, I have to take accountability for myself at some point and like develop my life. So I guess I'm a little bit more motivated to try that now. So I ordered a Raspberry Pi. So if anyone's familiar with Raspberry Pi, it's basically this very small computer that people can use to do different types of projects. So they're like I said, they're really small. They usually have like 1 gig of RAM or like, I don't know, even less than that. Unless you buy a really high end one, which I didn't. The one I bought was 1 gig of RAM, and the storage wasn't very big either. I forget the exact amount of storage, but it's a really basic computer, so I'm gonna do some tinkering around on it and see what happens. So this guy I'm dating really likes technology. Like, he's obsessed with it, and he's like a genius. Like, he's like, holy shit. Like, he'll just sit and talk about different stuff, like different projects he's done for hours, and he's done a lot of them. Like, his entire house is automated, and he basically like put together his entire house. So what I mean is, like, all the lighting is automated, all like the fridge, the like, even like there's like stuff in the floors that there's like these heated floors that he somehow installed, and he has like a hot tub that is automated somehow. Like, the whole home is just like really technologically updated, and it sounds so cool. I haven't been to his house yet. Maybe I won't ever. I don't really know. But I'm just so like, I'm really jealous of how he like has that in his life. Like, he has something that he loves so much. And I wish I had that, because it would fulfill so much of my life. Like, I would actually have something to talk about with people. Like, I like psychology, but there's not many other people who like it. And, it gets kind of boring after a while to a lot of people, I think. And I can't do anything with it. Like, it would be so cool to like build something, and like, I've always wanted to do stuff like that, but I never got to. So him doing that and him talking about it so much is sort of activating my own insecurity, like a lot, like hardcore. Like, I told him when we were on a date, I was like, wow, like, you're amazing at this stuff, and like, you're making me really jealous. Like, I wish I knew how to do that. And he was just like, well, you can always learn. And I mean, I guess that's true. Like, I could actually have something to do rather than just like sit around all the time looking at articles on Google or watching YouTube videos. Like, I could actually be doing something and creating. Like, I've always wanted to be like a creator rather than a consumer. So maybe this is the way that I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm sort of becoming like I feel like I feel like I sort of like tend to absorb people's personalities that I'm around because I lack one of my own, basically. And so I feel like maybe I'm doing that, and maybe it's not good, but I like, I don't know, I don't care. Like, I guess I'm just like, I just want something to change, and I'm not happy with my life at all. And I just need something to change. So I'm gonna. I ordered Raspberry Pi. It's coming on Saturday, and I'm gonna try and tinker around with it. I'm gonna see what that does for me. I'm gonna see if that could possibly fulfill like a need that these drugs and all these negative things that I usually do, that attempts to fulfill. So I'll see what happens. Um, I guess the guy doesn't want to meet up this weekend because he's gonna be going on a trip with his friends. So that's cool. I mean, it's actually like a good thing in a way because it means that he's not desperate. I think that he's pretty fulfilled in other areas of his life already. So I would be like, if we got together, which maybe we won't, but I would be like adding on to the happiness that he has already. So that's good. It wouldn't be like my that last very brief relationship where I became my ex's entire life for a while. I think that if I do end up going further with this person, that it could be pretty healthy for me. I think it would give me a lot of growth. I'm not like falling in love with this person. I'm not like obsessed with him. There's nothing like that when I usually am. So I think that like it's just there's a lot of good signs to me. Like it's someone that seems to like me. It seems like we complement each other pretty well. So he is very like socially unaware. He doesn't know, like a lot flies over his head. He's not good at psychology at all. He's not good at like dealing with people. Like I know even like in the like in restaurants and stuff, like he's just really awkward with everyone. And like I am too, but I kind of like I have a pretty good theory of mind, meaning I'm pretty good at knowing what other people are thinking despite being autistic. I think that he is probably autistic too, but his presentation is a lot different. I'm not entirely sure if he is, but I'm pretty sure he is because the amount of interest he has in technology is just like amazing. He likes like pipe organs and certain I forget what else. He likes video production, so stuff like that. So he's really passionate about a lot of things, which I really admire. Like seriously, I think it's an amazing quality. But I know from what I've gathered, it sounds like he's not good with money, which I mean, not that we're gonna be like getting married or whatever, but like if we went further, like if we moved in together or like anything like that, I'm good with money, so I can manage the money. So like that's not a huge deal, I guess. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Okay, well, what other ways do we complement each other well? Oh, he's really shy, and he's even more like bad at talking, I guess, than me. Which is, I'm not used to that. I'm used to everyone else being better. And so, like, I get to be the one in charge, sort of. Like, he's really indecisive. Like, he can't decide anything. He is really, like, he goes with the flow and just, like, follows what the other person's doing. So it makes me able to decide everything, which is great. Not saying that I, like, want to be in control, but I've never had that before. So it's a really new experience, and in a way, like I feel like that could make me a more confident, assertive type of person potentially. So I can see like the growth that I could go through if this ends up going further. I haven't really seen much bad about him yet. I guess maybe, like, he seems kind of overly giving. Like, he said that his grandma, like, no one likes her in the family, and I'm guessing that maybe she's sort of abusive or has some kind of toxic personality. And but he, like, takes all this time out of his schedule to see her and to, like, help her do things. And he says that he pays for a lot for her, even though she doesn't get any kind of government assistance. So she's sort of, like, unfairly making him do more when she could be getting help from the government. To me, that seems a little weird, maybe a little bit controlling. I'm not quite sure yet. He also talks about a weird relationship with his parents. It sounds like his parents, like, I don't know, he just describes them as lazy and, like, I'm not sure. He describes them as lazy, basically, and that they yell a lot. So it sounds like a dysfunctional environment. He said that his brother is like, his brother doesn't work, even though he's in his 40s, and his brother has, like, all these kids that from, like, several different mothers, and so that sounds like some kind of mental illness, possibly. So clearly there's some dysfunction there. I asked him straight up if he ever had been to therapy or anything, and he said no. It sounds like he has a lot of, like, depression, or, like, his self-esteem is clearly very low, which it makes me sad because, like, he's such an amazing person. Like, I feel like he's out of my league, seriously, because of, like, his personality and his, like, how like, passionate he is. Sure, like, I guess his looks, like, he's overweight, but he's not as overweight as me, but he gets really down on himself about it. And then he gets down on the fact that he's shy, and like, he has a hard time making friends. But I'm basically like that too, and I'm not down on myself. I mean, maybe once in a while, but I'm not, like, he reminds me of how I was when I was younger in that respect. Like, my self-esteem used to be in hell, and it seems like that's where his is. But he'd sort of, like, he's very honest and open about it, which in a way I kind of admire too. I used to pretend that I was all put together, but he seems very honest, which, like, again, like, I admire that. But anyway, yeah, so he seems kind of depressed, like, he gets down on himself a lot. He said that a lot of the stuff that he does, like the projects and everything, is a way to distract from his feelings of inadequacy. So I guess that makes sense. I mean, I guess I kind of do the same thing. It's just I'm not as, like, willing to admit it. So in a way, it's like he's more aware of himself than I am in a couple different ways. Or maybe not aware, but, like, honest is the word, really. I tend to just lie to people, and I'm like, yeah, like, my life is fine. Like, I'm really put together, and I like my life, even though it's not like that. But anyway, I won't go on too much longer. The point is, he seems like a great guy, and I hope that we keep meeting. It seems very healthy so far in terms of the relationship. Not saying he is really healthy, but I think if we had a relationship, it could be a pretty healthy relationship. He seems really respectful, and, like, he doesn't try to, like, take over my life like a lot of other people have. And I have some good hope. I have high hopes for this. I think it would be a good time in my life to have a healthy relationship. kind of feel like I need it, to be honest. I'm actually gonna make another video right now because the really like narcissistic person, I'm also still seeing him because I haven't gone exclusive with this other person, obviously. And I had a couple really interesting experiences with him, but I still think he's a narcissist, but he almost had me convinced that he wasn't. And by a narcissist, I mean like a person with narcissistic traits, not that he has a personality disorder. Like, I'm not trying to diagnose people, but I can make an observation about their personality. So, anyway, I'll see you in that next video. Bye for now.